My name is Jesse Kane, and I'm a training and development specialist here with the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife. So my goal here is new hunter and angler recruitment, meaning I teach a lot of education classes for angler ed, hunter ed, and everything that entails. So right now we're standing in a slough right off the Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife headquarters here in Salem, Oregon. So this has become a haven as one of the last places of water for the non-native bullfrog species. We've come out here and we're able to find probably about 40 bullfrogs here in this 20-yard stretch. The bullfrogs that we're seeing here today are a non-native species and actually outcompete and predate on some of our native species. We are going to use this bright colored cricket and just go drop it in front of this bullfrog.
Got it! Wow! Wow.
It really is that easy. So we came in with a goal of seeing if we could remove some of these bullfrogs. We talked about multiple methods of doing this. The one that was recommended to us was actually using a fly rod, which is not something that I'd heard of before. I've caught them on a fishing pole on accident, but never with a fly rod, and it seemed like these bullfrogs were jumping over each other to get to these flies. Especially the bright colored flies worked extremely well, and really all you had to do was dangle it in front of them. I am not a professional fly fisherman or even an experienced fly fisherman by any means, and even I was able to catch these things. Like I said, just dangling them out in front of these frogs, and they will hop over each other to get to this. And we did use the other methods. We used some nets, we used some gigs, and some other types of flies, and really anything works for these. The most important thing to do is find the bullfrogs, especially this time of year. When the water is getting a little bit lower, it's easy to find them bottled up in these little canals and anywhere that there's water left. Put it to where they don't have to work, right up in front of them, and let them take it. Don't be in a hurry to set the hook.
They're just getting hooked in the mouth?
They're just all jaw hooked.
So awesome.
Boom! Look at that. Holy crap. I would have never thought. I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm kind of a bullfrog savant. Oh my!
Nice.
Yeah, so another method to catch them, probably the more traditional method to catch them, is actually at night. So using a spotlight on these bullfrogs, once you just shine right into their eyes, they'll stay locked into that position. So as long as you don't break the beam, you should be able to come up, net, gig, or even catch them with your hands. Another way to find bullfrogs is obviously knowing where water is. Here in the Willamette Valley and throughout the state, there's a lot of hidden water. So something that you can do is drive around and just listen. Just like you would with turkey or anything else, listen for the call of the bullfrogs. And oftentimes in the evening, you'll be able to locate areas that they're in and then just do your homework, find how to access the water, and you shouldn't have any trouble finding them. We've been lucky enough to catch some of these bullfrogs, so now we're gonna go over to the shed and we're gonna show you how to butcher them up and how to prepare these bullfrogs. And our social media coordinator, Tim Akamoff, is gonna show you how to cook them up. So we have a dispatched frog here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the legs off. In order to accomplish that, we're gonna take kitchen shears, standard kitchen shears, come right above that pelvic bone there, you can see that. Put straight down and across. And whatever skin stays intact, you're gonna cut with a knife. Now, once you do that, you're gonna end up with the frog legs themselves. You can see how that works. Now, I like to get these kitchen shears right up underneath the skin, give yourself a head start. Make a slit, and then you can start peeling the frog skin back away from the legs. I like to get my finger all the way around in one particular spot. And once I do that, you can just peel straight down to the foot and it should come right out. Now we have one leg clean, and this skin is extremely strong. And so you can work that back around that hip bone there. And as you work it down and around, peel it right back towards the foot. And And we have now taken a frog and made it food.
Thank you, Jesse. I am ODFW Social Media Coordinator Tim Akamoff. I am here in the ODFW kitchen, and today we are going to be frying up these frog legs. You'll notice I've got them all brined here, and I'm going to really quickly tell you how I went through that process.
Okay, now we're gonna make the brine for the frog legs, and it's real simple. I'm basically gonna use some acidic wine, and we're gonna use some lemon zest, the zest from 1 lemon. We're gonna use the juice of 2 lemons. We're gonna use about half of this onion, and then we're gonna use some garlic, some salt and pepper. It's a real easy brine. We're gonna let it go overnight.
We're going to start by taking these off the brine, and I'm just going to pour off some of that brine into the sink here. Boy, these are going to taste good. All right. Lots of onion and garlic. Man, it's exciting. You excited? I'm excited. Okay. Bowl full of frog legs, folks. Okay, for deep frying frog legs, it's basically the same as frying anything else. We're going to start off with a little milk and egg dip here, and then we're going to take this. Again, you could use your own. You can use panko. You can use your own, batter that you like. I'm going to just use some of this Louisiana fish fry. It's real easy. It keeps things clean around the office. And then what we're going to do is this is unseasoned, so we're going to season it with some mild in one and some spicy in the other. I like my frog legs hot. There's actually lots of ways you can cook frog legs. You can grill them. You can cook them in the oven. You can pan fry them. I mean, the list is endless. You can use an air fryer. Today we're going to actually just do the traditional deep fried method. Who's ready to dredge? All right, so this is the fun part. Little tip at the beginning here. You have a dry hand and a wet hand, a clean hand and a dirty hand. Essentially, one of your hands is staying dry and out of the dredge and the egg as much as possible. It'll make your life a little easier. Sometimes it all just gets mixed together and it doesn't matter, but as long as you can do that, it's a pretty good way to go. So it's real simple. We're gonna take one of these big meaty ones here. Look at this guy. All right, we're gonna stick them right in the egg and milk mix, and then we're gonna pop them right into the dredge. Take my dry hand, and I'm gonna put some of this cornmeal mix right up onto it, get it nice and covered, and then I'm just gonna turn it over, do the same thing again. Make sure all the spots are covered since we're deep frying. All the little crevices are gonna get. Look at that, nice mix. But guess what? We're gonna do it again. Double dipping. All right, put it back in the egg mix. One more time, covered it again, get all that dredge up in there, turn it over, another covering with the dredge. All right, and we're going to shake it off, and it's ready to go in the fryer. Okay, now for the fun part, we are going to deep fry these. We've got our fryer warmed up. We're using it under the hood here because this can still push off a lot of steam and whatnot, and so we're going to keep it under the hood here. Got a little fry basket all set up. So for safety, I think one of the things that you can do if you have a fry basket like this, and we'll actually do our non-spicy first. We'll throw these in here, just like that. I'm going to put them so they don't touch initially. Nice thing about this is you can actually use this as a bit of a safety mechanism. Pop that open, and you can set that right down like that, and then it'll pop right into the fryer. So once you put them in, you want to just mix them around a little bit to make sure they're not sticking to the sides. And the best indicator that a frog leg is done is when it's floating. So we're going to just let those go for a little bit, and as soon as they start floating, we're going to take them out. Okay, it's been about 5-6 minutes. As you can see, they're floating, and so we're going to go ahead and take them off. I'm going to inspect them first, but we actually don't have to do that because we've got this handy little basket. We'll just remove that from the fryer oil, let it drain. Look at those guys. Oh man, I cannot wait to eat these. Shoot, those look good. All right, and then we're going to stick them in here on little paper towels, let those dry off. Meanwhile, we're going to get our other batch here ready to go. And we'll bring that fryer basket back over here. Same thing. You're going to just take those delicately. You don't want to remove too much of that breading. Stick them in here separately. And go ahead and put them down into the oil, just like this. All right, we are here at the lunch area at ODFW. We've got some freshly fried up frog legs that we literally caught across the parking lot. What do you serve frog legs with? Well, I like to plate them up, a little bit of parsley, some lemon, and Hank Shaw recommends some crusty bread and a nice garden salad. Or you can use some greens. The other thing that goes real well is like nice red potatoes, yellow potatoes. But I'm excited to try this. Thank you for hanging out with us today as we caught these and cooked them up. I appreciate it. Thank you to Jesse Kane and Andy Hamilton for your help. And let's dig in. Pond to table, Oregon bullfrog. You are doing your part in helping us get rid of a non-native species that is just doing some damage to our native western pond turtles and our western painted turtles. And it tastes really good too. Super simple. Recipes are abound out there. And I guarantee you're gonna love the final product. It tastes so good. Oh, yeah.